I am honored to say for the first time coming on the Fight Is Right, my little nephew, you know what I mean? But I can't be saying he's a big nephew now. He ain't no cub no more. He's a fully grown lion. Ran Lions Roar. And what we saw on Saturday night was a young man. I want people to realize this, that when you are thinking that you are being buried, if you think you're being buried, you're actually being planted. And what I saw demonstrated on Saturday night was total and utter growth in the annihilation. Without further ado, the WBO Intercontinental Champion, the Commonwealth, the 175 champion, the man with the plan, the big guns, the beast from the east, Anthony. Lions in the camp, Yarde.
Come on.
And I salute you.
Thank you, Spence. Thank you.
Well, I saw, I'm gonna lie to you, you know. I watched the fight on my phone because I never had no internet in my house. Right? Now seriously, I just moved into a new house and I had no internet. I had to watch it on my phone. And I was getting goose pimples because I know the dramas and everything that what you and Tundi went through of last year, like what you went through, and what you happened to do was take a big eraser, a big rubber, and then cancel that whole year. Because we're in a time of cancel culture, so we might as well cancel that of last year. And that's what you did. Lions. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my bro.
How did you mentally adapt and make those certain transitions which you put into the fight? How did you manage to do that?
First of all, I thank God. Even in the, in the low parts, I was thanking God. And then again, first me and Tunde, we analysed, we saw what was going wrong, because it's not what went wrong. It was slowly what was going wrong. So we analysed with just me and him first, and then again we spoke to the rest of the team, and then we made the decision to bring in James Cook. And as Tunde said, James Cook has been like a cement to all the jewels that were already there. You just put them in one place. And again, he brings experience. He's an MB. He's very respected, and we respect him as well. You need to be around people that you highly respect, and it's just been fantastic. It's been fantastic. He said that he goes, I saw an interview he did, and he said Tunde's still heavily involved. Nothing's really changed. We've added James Cook. He's brought his energy. He's brought his experience, and it's just been fantastic. Within myself, taking myself away from, the team and just as an individual, I would say I just had to reset. Sometimes when you leave a television on or your car running for too long, it overheats. And that's what I thought happened to my brain. So when I reset, I came back from Mexico. Tunde would tell you, he saw that thing in my eye again, that twinkle, that roar. And the whole year was fantastic. It was way better than the last.
So in the preparation, when things didn't go according to the plan of last year, and you was hearing all of the stuff of people niggling your ear, leave Tundi, get rid of Tundi, blah, 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 all the rest of it, yeah? I got to say this again, why I rate you. Loyalty is royalty. I keep on telling people this. I don't get this thing, right? Why did you stay?
Because Tunde is family. that's the first thing. I saw Will Smith, I saw him do a speech, and he started crying in the speech. And he said that you have to forgive people, nobody's perfect, and everybody's growing at different rates. Tunde, I've seen Tunde grow tremendously in the last year with myself. And again, that's part of the story. That's part of the story. No one was saying, leave Tunde, get rid of that Tunde before 2020, or even before the Kovalev fight, should I say. Because everything was going so smoothly. But people always look to pick, at a time when to pounce on someone's, bad times. If you're going through tough times, that's when people want to pounce. When things are going smooth, you don't really hear from anybody. Even people that sometimes, you don't really hear from anyone because everything's going perfect. But the second there's any mistake, I said this before in the public eye, I said, I'm doing my apprenticeship in front of the world. You know, when people are doing their interviews and people are going for their jobs and people are going for they get rejected so many times. You know, they get rejected so many times. No one sees it. It's in private. I'm gaining my experience. I said this from before. I'm gaining my experience in front of the world. That fight last year was a lot of experience. The Kovalev fight was a lot of experience, and it's just part of the journey. So when I'm world champion and things are, you know, booming, as you said, it's the rebirth. I feel like that as well. I feel like I'm back mentally and physically. It's going to be the journey that counts, you know, because the moment only lasts a small amount of time. It's the journey that means the most.
Stop for a second. Why you say that? I want you to read that. Look at this. There you see.
100%, man. 100%.
Okay. Office.
Happy. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. You know what I mean? I saw in the fight, in the build-up. This is when I was bare gunshots. In the press conference, when after Pat Barrett threatened to punch Tundi in the face, right? Right? And then his reply, "You ain't punching nothing," right? But then, no, it was your interjection when you said, "Listen, we ain't about that." You know what I mean?
No.
Right?
Oh boy, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was then when I was sitting there, and then boom. Then in the evening, I get a phone from James Cook. And then James Cook, "Listen, me P, I was so proud of Anthony, you know. Because Anthony just stopped the foolishness. He said, look,
Facts, man.
he got it out." No, and I was like, you see, at the levels to see of where you lot went, to see you guys picture up in the football stadium at West Ham, that was a big
Massive.
That was a big thing. That was a big thing. To see what you guys generated, to see, like, both guys, what you generated. Now, all I'm waiting for now is a dub plate from Chipmunk to counteract Bugsy Malone, but I'm waiting for that. Yeah. I'm waiting for that. Hey, Chip, you heard, Chip. You have to make a dub plate now. Come running back fire. But nah, I'm saying when they go low, we go high. And like in the fight, I've never seen you move head like that, ever. You know what I mean? There's a bit of Mike Tyson in the head movement. You know what I mean? There's a bit of Mike Tyson. There's a bit of Roberto Duran in there. The reason why I know this is because I know the pestering that I got from Tundi last year, where Tundi, you know how much videotapes of old fighters that Tundi studied? Now, I don't think you understand that. It's like people don't even know this because like Tundi's based the whole thing on his metric system that he's got. So for him to come out, so after props Tundi, he's on the thing after props him. So for him to come out and say, "Yo, Spen, give me your 5 best jabbers." You know what I mean? Give me your 6 best uppercut guys in fights. You know what I mean? Give me your best left hookers. Went through the whole thing. And a fight that he was really studying, right? And in there, I said to Tony, "Right, that's what I was seeing." Was Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy as the second fight, was that June of 1989. Round 5 and round 11 were pivotal rounds for the inside, how to deal with a tall person. And when I saw cut the distance by slipping and going straight downstairs to the body, you weren't just like going one shot, you was going right and left and right, and then a shot that I'd never seen you throw before was the overhand right, but you was throwing it short. It was a whipping overhand right. Like Roberto Duran throw that shot. I was saying, look at this guy. All my daughters are sleeping. They come and wake up. "Daddy, why are you so loud?" Were you studying those fights as well? Was just Tundi implementing the game plan for you to go put that in?
Again, we as I said, everything's teamwork. Me and Tunde, we had so many conversations. You know, we were so focused on progressing and being specific that we had to had conversations before and after training, because what will happen is you do something during training, you end up talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Training, it's still training, but again, we want to work. But again, we started having meetings, you know, we started talking and plotting and planning. And again, with things like, again, study, that's always really been there. But this one was about being specific, you know.
Yes.
Me and Tunde again, we spoke yesterday. We went to the gym yesterday, and we was literally talking. We still ain't sat down and watched the fight together yet, but we've both watched it. And again, we're gonna continue to analyze. We're gonna continue to implement certain things. You know, Tunde will say, you know what? How the fight started. You know, catching a jab, double jab, right hand. That's the first round. I clapped him with it. Legs went up. No, his legs went up. And then what I was implementing during training was again the Mike Tyson thing. You know, slip in it, slip.
Yes.
Left
We
foot black.
drilled the end.
Over the hand right, combinations. And then again, when how it ended, you know, with Roberto Duran, with the tying up the arms and then digging little shots, and then it was beautiful. And Tunde kept saying for this fight, double shots.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Double shots, double on them. And it all came together, you know. James Cook even was very excited because I took what Tunde said, I took what James said, and I done it. Yeah. James said for the first 6 rounds, you know, I don't need to stop. Tunde said the same thing. You know, Tunde said throw your doubles. And I said, yeah, but at the right time.
Yes.
At the right time, get inside and open up like a son of a bee. It was good, man.
So, like, we've also demonstrated on the weekend, like, emotionally, do you feel like it was a massive weight off your shoulder?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. There was a lot that was said. You know, I laugh at certain things, but when they had, you know, in the boxing scene, they had me as the underdog. You know, a lot of people were saying that Lyndon's going to win again.
Did you not see that?
But
Wait. Watch.
Let's see. Yeah, touch it. That's the Roberto Duran. This is the
right hand.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Those ending combinations, that's all Tunde. Throw the right hook.
100%.
Position. Many fighters don't throw the right hook from the orthodox position. But I know Tunde would get man to throw that regular. And like triple up on it, Tunde likes to blow. So what yeah. Beautiful. No, seriously. Really, really beautiful, because it was like, I'm going to be real. My props to Lyndon Arthur. Because as far as I'm concerned, Lyndon Arthur is the second best light heavyweight in the country. Lyndon Arthur is WBO #1 contender. Right? So, and we have to say, like, when we're talking about all these other light heavyweights in the UK, they're not fighting each other. Now, and the funny thing is this, because go back 2-3 years ago, they were saying the same thing about you. Right? Yeah. Now that you've done it, and you've done it in the fashion that you've done it, do you think now that you've cemented yourself as the best light heavyweight in not only in the country, but one of the best top 3 in the world?
100% again, but I won't be able to prove it again until I'm world champion, until I'm doing certain things, because I'm a realist, you know. I'm not one of them delusional people. I don't feel like you get to your level when you're delusional. In my head, I'm already #1. I'm the best. But again, on paper, I need to work my way up. In England, I feel like I'm the best on paper because of the level I fought at. And again, for the last performance, I'm stopping an undefeated guy who, as they say on paper, beat me last year. I still feel like I won that first fight, by the way. But again, when I watched it back, it was a lot closer than I thought. But again, I wrote my wrongs. You know, I didn't go out there and have a hard fight with him. I went out there and literally demolished him. You know, I won every round, in my opinion. The second round was probably the closest round. But when it comes to the third and the fourth, I knew exactly what I had to do. And I knew I was going to get him out there definitely before the 6th round. From the fight started, I said, this fight's no way going 6 rounds. There's no, because I've already landed on him. I've hit him. I know how to get in. And I say, if I hit this guy a couple more times, he's not going to withstand it. So again, world rankings, I don't know where to rank myself yet. On paper, in my head, I'm already the best, and that's what I'm working towards. In England, on paper, I feel like I'm #1, and in my head, I'm definitely #1.
Okay, because the talk is, and this is where after, like, Tunde was oblivious to the talk of Joe Smith is fighting Callum Johnson, and then the winner of that, as Frank Warren alluded to after the fight, is gonna end up fighting you. Big money fight. Tundi knows the rules. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for my new car, right? So, right. Not skipping past anything else. Do you think like it's destiny now for you to fight either one of them, man, and do exactly what we saw on Saturday?
Well, again, we'll see. We'll just see. Right now, my focus is enjoying the win I just had.
Yes.
I strongly believe in nurturing your brain. And as I said to you before, when I literally had my brain on a fire, like consistently, I got myself into a place where I wasn't myself, and I'm still going through family stuff. It's just that I have to manage it better. You don't get over that many deaths in a year. It's impossible. I've got no more grandparents, no more father. That's hard to deal with. People always sometimes, their last grandparent or whatever, they'll go and talk to them about certain things. There's no more of that. You get what I'm saying? So there's times where you still got to spend time with your family. These things don't happen within a year. Everyone's on a high right now because of my win. But again, there's still things within my family that ain't settled yet. Tunde will know about what I'm talking about. And I need to deal with that. I definitely need to deal with that. This was a massive win for me. I'm back on track. And I'll be 100% world champion very, very soon. That's how I'm going to leave it.
Can I just say one thing before you go, Anne?
Please.
I've kept quiet and I've listened to Spence and I've listened to you. But I'm just going to personally say again, you're a young man that really, for me, from the beginning, your wisdom belied your age. I always used to phone Spencer and I used to say to Spencer, Spence, this young man is special.
From day one.
Am I lying, Spence?
From when? From when I phoned him and said, yeah, can you come down and get some sparring with Chris Eubank Jr.? And from
there, bro, he was there screaming, I remember.
Right. Then.
Yeah.
And but anyway, that's another
thing. For me, just to see, as you said, my growth, but to see your growth, Anthony, and how you've dealt with things. You said it on Saturday. There are not many people that could have dealt with what you've dealt with and continue to, as you've just told us. And I'm just thankful that I'm part of your journey.
Yes.
It's a beautiful journey. And, as three of us sit here this evening, three of us was in that gym in London Bridge all those years ago before Anthony turned pro. It's just, this whole thing is magical. And I just...
Man, when we went out to... Right? And y'all come up to Vegas.
Yeah.
I was guy, because you had Tunde with his fight that he was dealing with. Me and y'all was just chilling. Me, Yarde, Julian Pitt, and by the pool. And all them young girls, because they saw that big old muscle, man.
I see what the picture
I remember Spencer come up to my hotel room because you know me, I'm the one who stays indoors. And Spencer's like, Tun, the girl them love Spencer. The girl them love Spencer. And I said, listen, we're focused. We're on a mission to become a world champion. In closing, I'd just like to say, and this isn't no TV thing. I told you every day how proud I am of you. I'm going to continue to be proud of you and just keep that smile. That beautiful shining chain. Just keep being Anthony Yarde, because being that Anthony Yarde, unstoppable. You can achieve any dream you want. And that's why I say dream it, believe it, become it. My son, my friend, my best friend, Anthony Yarde, I know you're a busy man. I know you got movements to do now, but thank you for... You know what? It's so crazy because as Anne said, as Spencer said, this is your first time being on our show.
Yes.
And, people always like, People always like, bro, what's Anthony coming on the show? And I'm like, bro, I see Anthony every day. I don't even need him on the show. But everything is timing. And thank you very much, sir.
Let me just add lastly. It's been 17 years since I lost my dad, right?
Yes.
Listen to me. There's not a solitary day where I don't think about that, man, right?
Yeah.
But what I realize is this, right? That people only die when you forget them.
Yeah.
Grandparents, you're never gonna forget your pops, right? And they are right now in that esoteric place right now with a big smile of pride in you, my son. You hear me?
Yeah.
Just keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because lions roar.
Come on.
Lions roar.
Love
for coming on the show.
Can I just say this as well? Yeah, I'm proud of both of you. Unc, Mr. Tunde Ajayi, Mr. Baba Tunde Ajayi, should I say?
Yes, come on.
And again, Spencer, the knowledge Fearon. I'm proud of both of you, man. I see again, I watched the show, and I'm proud that you're both doing your thing together. You know, you've been inseparable. You know, you started this boxing journey again years ago, way before I was even thinking about boxing. And the fact you're still here together, you know, close as ever, good friends, and doing what you want to do, the way you want to do it, and good-hearted people that don't know you, that see you on the screen, and look, I know you personally, you know, behind the cameras, two genuine, you know, clean-hearted, young. I'll call you young. I see the grey hairs coming through, but you know, young, beautiful men. Yeah, and I know stories about both of you behind the scenes and how you conduct yourself and the things you say, you know, behind the camera where there's no entertainment that's needed. So I know both of your hearts, and I want to thank both of you for being yourselves and to continue to be great. Let's climb this ladder, B.
Come on. AY. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a massive honor and a pleasure to have the new WBO Intercontinental and Commonwealth champion, Mr.
WBO rank #1.
Come on.
The #1, Mr. Beast from the East,
Yes.
Anthony Yarde.
Yes. Thank you.